How is 3G going to pan out? How is the customer going to use it? What sort of problems are we going to have?
Technology uncertainty.
For a long time, the traffic from other carriers has not been reported correctly.
Losing revenue.
Give the customer what they want. They don't want to hear about where the problem is or when it's going to be fixed. They want it working all the time.
Customer demands.
We're unable for approximately 2 hours to make 800 calls.
Service down.
What that means is that we were not collecting the revenue that we should have been.
Service outage.
We had lost communications with our switching systems, and we continued to lose systems for the next 12 to 15 hours. So by the next morning, we were in some pretty serious shape.
No data.
7 minutes past 5 every night, our network would go crazy, and we were suffering severe overload.
So you not only have the challenge of decreasing costs on average 25 to 30% per year, but you also have the goal of increasing your revenue by 30%. And if you do those together, you get to keep your job. So how do you get that done? Well, we believe a key enabler to achieving that goal is through Agilent OSSs. Our streamlined, integrated OSSs are designed to give you an automated solution that takes a lot of the expenses out of your environment, that gives you the ability to increase revenue and make sure that your customers remain loyal.
Agilent is the leading provider of OSSs for managing hybrid and SS7 networks. We have a strong set of proven solutions, a large installed base of service providers, and a focus on research and development excellence. This ensures our leadership in providing revolutionary technologies, solutions, and services to help make and keep you profitable.
We did not have information that would enable us to pursue collection of those revenues with carriers until we were able to acquire the Agilent system. The returns on that have been substantial. In fact, they've been at least 10 times more in the first year than the cost of the equipment.
In the East Coast corridor, between Washington, New York City, and Boston, we run arguably the most complex telecommunications network in the world. And Agilent has been there for the last 7 years to help us manage that network.
One of the things that sets Agilent above some of those suppliers is their willingness to join with SBC to create new services, to create new products, to help us solve problems in our network.
The one that can deliver a solution from both the top down and from the bottom up, whether it's for an individual service, whether it's for a breadth of services, whether it's for an individual customer, whether it's for a particular network element or a group of network elements or protocol. Agilent's been able to do that on a consistent basis.
Agilent was the only provider that currently offered a solution that looked at all the protocols that we were looking at, and they were light years ahead of the competition.
Agilent puts the ancillary functionality around the resource management activity to truly provide end-to-end provisioning within our carrier customer base. Things like service activation, things like service assurance, things like workflow management.
And the reason that we use the Agilent tools is because they make that delivery of quality faster, easier, and at a lower cost.
Agilent has service assurance, fulfillment, and billing solutions to meet your next generation service and network management needs.
We need to be able to quickly understand how new services are being used by our customers and fix the problems that they're inevitably going to face. Without a tool like Access 7, we'd be dead in the water.
Through the use of Data Store, we found the triggering event that caused our 800 outage. And because of the amounts of data that we had to go through, it was like finding a needle in a haystack, and we did so in a very short amount of time.
Agilent has arguably the best product in the market for doing network surveillance of SS7 networks.
It would save us approximately 90% of man-hours using Agilent NGN versus hand correlation across traditional tools.
Manually, it can take anywhere up to an hour to activate service on a device. Using NetExpert, we can knock that time down to seconds.
We're monitoring 161 different devices. And with the flexibility of NetExpert, we're able to monitor a number of different devices from one screen.
So one thing that we're going to be doing is only looking at service-affecting alarms in our network from an element management perspective. So we're going to be reducing the number of alarms from, say, 3,000 alarms down to 100 alarms.
With NetExpert, we were able to put that layer on top of all those EMSs and be able to visualize what's going on with the network from one system.
One of the things that I find with Agilent is anytime I've needed them for support, if there is a person that's working with me, if they don't have an answer, it normally doesn't take them long to find someone else that does have an answer.
The quality of the people from Agilent that work on this project is tremendous. We're very impressed with both the knowledge and the working relationships that we've established.
It was very refreshing to see Beyond, to deal with a vendor that listened to you and responded in a very timely manner.
Your future begins with Agilent Technologies.
We're going to have to rely on certain tools in order to give us a look from start to finish of this new hybrid network. Agilent will have the tools available to allow us to look at that.
Well, do you want to cut down your time to solve trouble tickets for your customers from weeks to perhaps hours? Do you want to get in a situation where you can prevent problems before they get into the customer's hands, detect them? Do you want to reduce your churn by making your customer's experience so much better? These are the things that Agilent's product can bring to the table.
I think it's just the right thing to do. When we want to be on the cutting edge of technology, you've got to go to a supplier to provide those operational support systems that will be there with you and develop things in a very timely fashion so that we can deliver them to our customers. And Agilent has done that.
Get the Agilent OSS Advantage today. For more information about Agilent OSS solutions, visit our website.